The folks here in Florida definitely used to this. Rain in the forecast as we join you from Everbank Stadium here in the city of Jacksonville. Now the Michigan man, Jake Moody, to get us started. And off we go from Jacksonville. And we will not have a run back here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 20-yard line.
Red. 13, Lou.
On the ground with Bigsby to start the drive. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Now Lawrence changing the play. Another run by Bigsby. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3-and-out here on 3rd and 4. They'll run here, the former Longhorn with it. Yeah, he appears to be about 2 feet short on 3rd and 3. Leaves him with a 4th and 1.
Hey, Jupiter. Here we go.
They'll run for it with Robinson. And he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And this defense holds on the night's opening drive. Here's the Pro Bowler, Christian McCaffrey. Devon Hamilton with the tackle.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
They'll send the tight end in motion. Oh, the motion comes too late, and this is going to be a delay. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. So the delay of game penalty moves it back 5. That makes it 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
McCaffrey on the toss right. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
In today's NFL, you hear all the time about stretching the field and creating space in order to run plays. A toss play will help accomplish that because now you're pushing a defense to chase you all the way to the edges and to the sideline. That's a nice run. Probing now early to try and get things done later.
Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's a sharp throw right there on 3rd down. They're looking to get the first points of the game, and they certainly don't want to be on a field goal. So that's a nice job to get the hook up and set up a 1st and goal.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Throwing here, Purdy. Rolling to his right. And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
And we're going to see this offense try and spread the field a little bit and utilize the outside third of the field, especially against man coverage. But that time, the defense was up to the task, forcing the incompletion.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. This is caught. Touchdown! Brandon Ayuk from 10 yards out. And the 49ers will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Well, Charles, here in their opening series, they said they had certain plays scripted for certain players. That looked like a well-designed play to get one of their top targets involved.
Yeah, let's face it, Brandon. A player of his talent is a problem for any opponent to defend, and we saw it right there. They tried to deny an open lane to him. He still outplayed the coverage and scored the early touchdown. Good luck trying to figure out how to defend him as this game moves on.
The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it as we resume action. So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
It's another first down as they bite off 23 more on that one.
Well, partner, I have to say they caught him in the right defense there. Nickel set, 5th defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. And I still remember being in school, and one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I'd love to come downfield and hit you little people.
Good run there. He fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down. And now they'll throw it with Lawrence. This is caught. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. 25 yards that time.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
Hey, Lion,
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Etienne trying to get to the goal line, but he's going to be stopped just short at the 1. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
Bigsby will get it into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Lawrence and the Jags offense staying out there. They'll go for 2 here. And he'll get in, and they take an 8-7 lead. Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Back to throw, Purdy. Tries to hit Jennings, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Foyesade American. And the Jaguars are going to take over at their own 13-yard line.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
Hey, let's go.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Lawrence hit and the ball is free. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. So they take over not only in enemy territory, but in the red zone at the 16-yard line. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
Purdy will set up to throw it here. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Andre Cisco. And the Jags are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this a spot where those points were given away and could cost them a ball game?
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And with a 1-point lead, you'd have to think they'll be looking just to get this to halftime. And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he's going to lose yardage, not that it matters, as the final seconds tick away. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
All right, here we go.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that, the nickel look. 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then? You take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you're taking a big off for a little. And oftentimes you can run the football effectively against that defense.
And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Now Purdy. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to it.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
Now the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. He's to the 15. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Brandon Ayuk with his second touchdown of the night. And the 49ers have retaken a third-quarter lead. And now this is right in Kyle Shanahan's wheelhouse. He'll go for two here. Purdy will throw for it. Flushed out right. And he will find the end zone here, and the lead moves up to 7. And with a successful two-point try, the QB rolling out, I would imagine on the defense that makes it tough. When he goes out, he's got the option to run or pass.
Yeah, it really does. If you decide not to bring extra people or extra pressure, maybe you have to have a spy on the quarterback, someone to account for him, because oftentimes that is the unaccounted for player.
And they'll opt not to return this, but since the ball did hit in the landing zone, this will come out to the 20. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
Rip, 23. 13, Luke. 11. Sink right. Silver.
Here's Lawrence. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And they're able to get this one across the 35. On 1st and 10, it's Bigsby. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. 16 more on that one and another first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Now Lawrence. That's complete to Travis Etienne out of the backfield. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 35.
Great job.
That's good for another Jaguars. First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Easy.
A shotgun snap and again to Etienne. And he edges forward but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's second down.
Taken down at the 33-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Hey, kill.
Well, Lawrence going to move him around a bit. On second down, Etienne once more. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 2nd and 6.
11, Haggett.
Bust through the tackle. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
I got him.
This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game.
Here we go.
Robinson will try to pick it up. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
Hey, Jupiter. 11.
They'll try and run for it. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. They only needed about 4 or 5 inches there. Relied on the big guys up front and got it done.
Yeah, this is the time to just go ahead and hit it straight ahead. No juking, right? No movement in the backfield. Take the ball and go. As I heard a coach tell a player a long time ago, save your dancing for the club, son. Just get up into that line of scrimmage.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and goal with this game still hanging in the balance. Here we go, 1st and goal. Now a handoff to Bigsby. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown, you're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
30 left. Silver.
Robinson. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Third down and goal coming up here.
Hey, easy. Ralph.
Here's a give to Bigsby. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute. So the 2nd down run didn't work. They run it again on 3rd down and get in. I wasn't sure if they might pass it, Charles. We know that they like to mix it up down here around the goal line.
Yeah, almost felt like the offensive line said, forget mixing it up. Let's call our favorite running play over our best blockers, and let's get this one in.
So here we go now as the Jaguars will go for 2. And he is in for the 2. I still can't believe they went for it, but they've got themselves a lead here late in the ball game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Here's 1st and 10. Purdy to throw. And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. Instead, it's incomplete. Boy, that really could have turned this one upside down.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit.
Oh, and that's going to
Dumbass.
their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Picked up by 47.
Good game, bro. Good game.
Return it to the
Good game.
24-yard line. When you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game. To come up with that interception, huge.
I like how you identified that, because most people think winning plays are the offense trying to get it done. In this case, nursing a lead, they found a way to make a play on that side of the ball and maybe finish things off.
On the set. Think right open. Hey, Lion. It's hot.
We got to have two hands on the football here as they run on first down. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Hey, run.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game. Well, CD, for the losing side, they had opportunities in this one, but big plays just didn't go their way, especially late, and they have to suffer the L here.
It certainly felt like that takeaway, once it happened, it knocked the wind out of their sails, and they just couldn't get their equilibrium back.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Jaguars are winners here as we say so long from Jacksonville.